Good morning, brothers and sisters of Christ. Welcome to another reading through the Bible series with Law of Christ Ministries. This is part 289 of our daily scripture reading. Continuing in Second Chronicles, we'll be doing just chapter 23 today. And in the seventh year of Jehoiada gained strength and took the officers of hundreds, Azariah son of Horam, and Ishmael son of Johanan, and Azariah son of Obed, and Maaziah son of Adias, and Eliaphaz son of Zacharias with him, excuse me, into the house. And they went round Judah and gathered the Levites from all the cities of Judah and the rulers and the paternal families of Israel, and came to Jerusalem. And all the assembly of Judah made a covenant with the king in the house of God. And he showed to them the king's son and said to them, Behold, let the king's son be king, as the Lord has spoken concerning the house of David. Now this is the plan you will do. Let one third of you of the priests and the Levites proceed on the Sabbath and to the gate of the entrance, and let one third be in the king's house, and let one third be at the middle gate, and all the people are in the courts of the Lord's house. And let no one enter the Lord's house except the priests and the Levites and those of the Levites who are ministering. They shall enter because they are holy, and let all the people keep the Lord's watches. And the Levites shall surround the kings on all sides, a man with an implement in his hand, and he who enters the house shall die, and they shall be with the king as he enters and exits. And the Levites and all of Judah did according to all that, how do you say his name? Jeho- uh, Jehoiada. It's weird. Jehoiada. uh, yeah. According to all that Jehoiada the priest commanded, and each took the men from the beginning and the end of the Sabbath, because Jehoiada did not disband the daily divisions, and he distributed the daggers and the shields and the arms which had belonged to King David in the house of God, and he appointed all the people, each with his arms, from the right angle of the house of the left angle of the altar, in the house in a ring around the king. And he let out the king's son and bestowed the crown upon him and the testimonies. And Jehoiada and his sons made him king and anointed him and said, Let the king live. And Gathalia heard the sound of the people, those who ran and acknowledged and praised the king and approached the king in the house of the Lord. And she looked, and behold, there was the king at his station, and at the entrance the rulers and the trumpets around the king, and all the people were glad, and they trumpeted with the trumpets, and the singers singing with their instruments and hymning a song of praise. And Gathalia tore her garment and exclaimed and said, Attacking you are launching an attack. And Jehoiada the priest went out, and Jehoiada the priest commanded the officers of hundreds and commanders of the force, and said to them, Remove her from the house and follow her, and let her die by dagger, because the priest said, Let her not die in the house of the Lord. And they gave her leave, and she exited through the Calvary gate of the king's house, and there they put her to death. And Jehoiada made a covenant between himself and the people and the king, that they should be a people to the Lord. And all the people of the land entered into the house of Baal, and they tore it down and smashed it to pieces, its altars and idols, and they killed Mathane, the priest of the sheep Baal, before the altars. Good. And Jehoiada the priest put his hand to the works of the Lord's house through the priests and the Levites, and reestablished excuse me, the daily divisions of the priests and the Levites, which David had appointed for the house of the Lord, and to offer whole burnt offerings to the Lord, as it is written in the law of Moses, with gladness and with songs, through the hand of David. And the gatekeepers stood at the gates of the Lord's house, and no one unclean shall enter on any account. And he took the patriarchs and the magnates and the rulers of the people, all the people of the land, and they brought up the king to the Lord's house, and he entered by the exterior to the king's house, and they sat the king in the throne of the kingdom, and all the people of the land were glad, and the city was quiet, and they put Gathalia to death by dagger. Good. She got what she deserved. All right, guys, we'll stop there for today. Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Peace and blessings.